Alright everybody, here I go with a standard 3v3 on Fort Deen using Brute Chieftain, Forge, and Arbiter, and I'm playing Arbiter. We haven't run a combo like this in a really long time, but we decided to do it after losing his triple Arbiter and triple Forge, and we've just been running a lot of nonsense combos lately, and it hasn't been turning out too well for obvious reasons. So we decided to run with this combo for a whole night, and it did. It worked out pretty well with a particular rush that we do, and you will be seeing that, although I have showed it off before and I've discussed in detail what we try to do with it. But you'll be seeing that whenever we decide to do it. But our opponents are Mike Beaston, Cozy Swift Killer, and Cozy Swift Killa, and who's the other one? Spacefire. Yeah, that's him. And they're regulars on the forums, which I don't really partake in, but they all know how to play, and they're all pretty good players, so we're going to have our work cut out for us this game, that's for sure. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, but this is a mirror. They are also Brute Chieftain, Arbiter, Forge, so we're going to have to get our mirror skills on and get over there to do our harassment. But I'm pretty much doing an all-in suicide grunt here, which is, yeah, I'm just going to build a ton of suicide grunts, as many as I can, without bankrupting my economy for the rest of the game. And I want to have at least 3 by the time I get to his base. And Espro Llama Hunter is going to be following me in. And I'm bringing my ghost in, and as you can see, if you bring your ghost in through your leader teleporter, it's going to get stuck on your leader, so you're going to need to separate them manually, which will take a little bit of micro, but it's not that bad. But you always want to send your ghost to their base, of course, to keep their shield down if there is one, which in this case there isn't. But anyways, my Arbiter is going to get here before Espro Llama Hunter's Brute Chieftain, but I have to unlock my base now because Llama spotted the Warthogs on their way to my base to camp my lift, so I've got to get my grunts through now. And most people would get their grunts through and immediately slam them into the base. However, that is not what you want to do. You want to wait for your Brute Chieftain to arrive and start vortexing the base when you slam your grunts into it. And that will obviously maximize your damage because the vortex will catch the debris and blow up the base and do a lot of damage, if they don't have Citadel, of course. But usually you can catch them before they get Citadel, because the Arbiter will want to get fiendish and whatnot. But anyway, as you can see, I also got suicide grunted, and you can see how much less damage it did without the vortex. So that was pretty good. I am, however, getting Citadel now, but it's not looking too good. My base is already in red bar, so I'm most likely going to lose it. So building any further buildings on this base other than that one right there to try and get the leaders off of it, but the Arbiter goes away, but the Chieftain does not. That was kind of weird. And I did queue up a warehouse there, but really there's no point. I'm just going to cancel that eventually. Because if you know your base is going to die, then why build buildings on it? I don't even understand it. But I can sell the buildings off whenever I want, but I want to keep the warehouses on it, obviously, for as long as possible, because I'm about to have 0 warehouses, and I want to have all the resources I can have. So here's Green with his Warthogs, and it's time to sell, sell, sell. Come on, man, sell! Sell that frickin' temple now! Jesus! Alright. I do manage to sell all my buildings, and you can sell the warehouses for a cool 50 resources. I didn't quite get anything for selling my base there, but hey, I sold it anyway. But I'm going to queue up my temple. Not sure if there's really a point to getting my temple now, because I never did go for a shield. If you're in this situation, you might as well just build warehouses first. But I did not do that, and that was a mistake on my part, so I'm sorry about that. But my temple will go up there. I was kind of expecting to keep that base for a while. Perhaps I wanted to build a shield on it after I get 2 warehouses. But we'll see how that works out for me. So there's still a bunch of green warthogs here. Mitch has one heroic warthog trying to fight them all off, but it's not working out too well because there's also a brute chopper, and it's gonna... Actually, that's Esper Llama Hunter's brute chopper, I'm sorry. Of course, I still have my ghost out there, so I haven't been sending him out to go get resources as of yet because I thought he would be more useful as DPS if we had to fight any leaders off of our leaders, I guess. But now I am definitely really hurting for supplies, so I'm sending my ghost out there to go get them. And you still need to be careful of rebel turrets, because if you lose that scout, that's basically like losing a shitty supply pad or something. But anyways, I see all these warthogs coming to my base, and that's not good, because Covenant bases are extremely weak, and yeah, I had to recall and take care of these ASAP. Mitch gave me a click, and I'm just gonna rage on over there and mash that right stick, man. I tried to rage through my temple there, but it did not quite work. Sometimes your Arbiter will glitch through buildings and bases, and Arbiters are so crazy, man. They glitch all over the place. They fly to the moon, fly through the moon, and annihilation hammer fist of these warthogs. Whatever. Arbiters are crazy. Uncontrollable animals. They do what they want, regardless of what you tell them to. Anyways, these three brute squads are still up here doing work on the center of the base, which we should have been hitting the whole time. Really not sure why we weren't, but again, that's just another mistake and another thing for you to keep in mind. If you've only got, well, I don't know, if you've only got a few brute squads like that, sometimes it's definitely better to just go for as many buildings as you can, but there weren't any flamethrowers or anything up there to try and stop us, and they were pretty much going all out and trying to take out Esper Llama Hunter's base after they killed mine. So I don't know. I guess use your own discretion. Anyways, there's a tank at my new base here, so I gotta cancel my keep upgrade, because I'm gonna lose this base. Green took an expansion up where my old base was, but Mitch is going to take care of that, and I'm just going to have to build my base up there again. So pretty annoying that I'm losing my base again, but it happens. And Esper Llama Hunter also lost his base, so at this point the only one who hasn't lost their base so far is the two forges. But other than that, every other player has already lost their base. So pretty crazy game so far. There are now two tanks at my base, and once again I'm going to have to sell off all my buildings to ensure that I've got enough money to keep myself in this game, as a certain other member of my team must have slipped his mind, I don't know. Always sell your buildings, people. Every bit of money really goes a long way when you don't have a base. And you don't have to sap off of your teammates' money vein because you sold your buildings and you've got enough money to queue up a warehouse at least. As you can see, I've got enough money to get a couple warehouses, wait for my upgrade if I pick up some piles, and keep myself in this game at least. I don't have any upgrades for my Arbiter. In fact, I have pretty much nothing at all. But I'm still in the game and I'm still a distraction to the other players. Anyway. So my Arbiter is just hiking around, just running away, looking for some resources to pick up, scouting around, looking about, looking for some mischief to get into. I got rammed here, which is gay, but my lost timer is aborted, so that's great. And now this time I'm going to do the smart thing and queue up my warehouses first. My Arbiter runs into a tank down there, and I want no part of that. I'm going to spend 100 resources and get out of there, because that's just going to kill him. Never lose your Arbiter for no reason. You never know when he could be useful. Like in this instance, there's an Inheritance Brute Chieftain at Llama's base. There's also these two green tanks here that Mitch just happened to run into with his 4 tanks, so that was very big for us, very great. And I'm going to send my unupgraded Arbiter to go slap at that Chieftain while he destroys Llama. Esper Llama Hunter, by the way, has no resources left. All he has is that base, and he cannot queue up any buildings. Why? Because he did not sell off the buildings of his base. He may have sold off his temple and his shield or whatever he had, but he didn't sell off his warehouses, and that little bit of money would have given him enough money to make a warehouse. And maybe even save up enough money to take another base, or give one of us a click, or anything really. Just always sell your buildings. But anyway, Mitch took care of those 2 green tanks, and now he's going to find this green expansion with a reactor and a VD on it, so that's pretty much the game ender right there. They really don't have a chance at this point, because my base is up and running. Teal's might be, but at this point we're a player ahead. Of course, Espro Llama Hunter is going to get defeated as soon as that base dies, but I'm sure I'm further ahead than Teal is. And Mitch is about to take Teal out of the game with his tanks. Green, of course, lost all of his tanks, so he really doesn't have much to fight off Mitch anymore. Which Mitch has been doing a really good job as a UNSC player. A lot of people put him down, and I'm just going to give him this little self-esteem boost. You've been doing a great job as UNSC lately, Mitch, so keep up the good work. And Espro Llama Hunter, sell your damn buildings. Damn it. Just kidding, you're cool too, Llama. Anyway. So that chieftain's staying back there, of course, because he's going to want to take that base. Mitch just took out Green's last vehicle depot and last hope for victory. I'm going to get Citadel so that I don't get epic defeated somehow. And keep an eye on Teal as he tries to take this base. Of course, what I could do is build a couple suicide grunts just to take this base out that much quicker. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to run around in circles and drop in suicide grunts until this base dies. And that's pretty much going to do it for this game, guys, so I hope you enjoyed it. Good game, Mike Beaston, Cozy Swiftkiller, and Spacefire. You guys are a great team, and this game was really fun to play. It was pretty crazy. And I'm not sure what Mitch was doing there, but he sold off a lot of his buildings and queued up a bunch of field armories. Probably because he wanted to get medium turret, upgrade his Mac Blast, and get reserves, and whatever the other one is. He wanted to get them all now. He wanted all of those upgrades. And he was going to get them. And he did get them. So good for you, Mitch. Anyway. Go ahead and resign when you know you're defeated. I've been over that, but this guy just wants to waste our time and your time by making us view this video for that much longer. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sure he won't let it happen again. Reactors and a barracks. Okay. So he basically has no supply pads, and I guess he wants them to think that he's got those money hacks or something. Teal still is not defeated. Good gracious, come on, man. There's no reason to do this. You know you're beat, resign. Just do it. It's like GG in StarCraft. When you're playing StarCraft, you don't play until you lose every unit in every building. You know you're beat, and you say GG, and you leave the game. That's how it's supposed to work, but a lot of people don't know that yet. I'm not hating on them or anything. Well, I guess I am. Yeah. Fuck you, Teal. Resign, faggot! Yeah, this is just kind of going on. We're just looking for his base. I'm gonna even research boost. Oh, there he goes. Alright. Couldn't have just resigned, huh? Whatever. Good game. Bye.